good afternoon. We're live now here at 8 Letters Bookstore and Publishing. I'm your host and book curator for today, Cindy Wong. And as always, every Saturday we organized book talk where we feature new writers and new books, um, just like today. But today we have a team. Okay, we have a team where we have three women authors, okay, and they write poetry and they write romance. We'll have Felicity Blythe, the author of The Right One to Love. We'll have Josa Pimentel, the author of Tula at Atbp, and we'll also have Vittena Vibar, the author of the romance novel Shoot to the Star. So we're all very excited. We're very much looking forward to having this conversation with them. But first and foremost, we'll have a little bit of housekeeping, some announcement as well. I am very grateful to those who organized, to the organizers of the Davao Book Fair that's happening right now at SMX Davao. Big thanks to the Indie Publishers Collab PH and also to the National Book Development Board of the Philippines. Okay, so we just had at 2:30 today, we had this talk on stage at the Booktopia stage with Laila Respens Noel. We also had Renato Tranquilino, Maita Ru, and Andrew Pasaporte. So the title of their talk was Infinite Inclusive Stories. And so for about 30 minutes, they talk about or they discussed what it meant for them, writing and publishing all kinds of stories from memoirs to science fiction to fantasy to romance. So yes, so if you missed that, you can just head to my page, Cindy Wong. I shared that video where Maita went live. So there you go. And of course, the up and coming Manila International Book Fair. Don't forget, we are located at Aisle I. So Manila International Book Fair is the biggest book fair in the Philippines, and that'll be held at SMX Convention Center in Manila. So don't forget, we'll be there. Mark your calendars. That's the weekend of 17 to 20 September. Let me just check my calendar. Oh, sorry, 15 to 14 to 17 of September. Yeah, sorry. So once again, it's on 14th to 17th of September, SMX Convention Center in Manila. Okay, so we'll be at aisle I, booth 266. So yes, please visit us. We'll be there. Okay, we'll have thousands of books, and yeah, we're very much excited. We'll have book signings as well. Okay, without further ado, we'll have our first author. So we'll have Felicity Blythe. But before we get her up on stage, I just want to read the blurb of the story. It's called The Right One to Love. So it's a romance novel. Okay, here we go. Paano ba malalaman kung siya na ang the one? Audrey has no idea. She merely bases her love beliefs on the stories she reads. In real life, her love life is a disaster in itself until her first crush reappeared. Luis Antonio Ilustre's days are counted, and to iron things out in his life, he starts by helping Audrey to write a romance novel. Together, they embark on a 100-day agreement to help one another under one roof. Will they be successful in getting the project done? Also, with all the things happening around them, is falling in love included in the package? All right, so let's have the author Felicity Blythe. Hi!
Hi po. Hi po. Good afternoon.
Ayan, good
And,
afternoon. Congratulations. So, The Right One
uh,
to Love. Before we get to the part of the book, so Felicity, can you tell us about yourself, your background as an author? Because this is not your first novel that you published, tama ba?
yes po,
Ayan.
pangalawa na po ito na libro
Mm-mm.
ko na napapublish.
Okay, so how is it like? What's
Ah,
your background? Can you give us a little intro? Mm-hmm.
ako po si Felicity Blythe at ako po ang author ng The Right One to Love na mapapublish under 8 letters. Tapos, isa po akong marketing associate by day and full-time writer any time of the day. Tapos, virtual assistant din po ako ng mga writers na nangangailangan ng tulong to promote their books under our page, Copy and Pen Writers.
Ayun. Ayun. Yes, I've been seeing that page as well, Felicity. So you've been helping other writers then to
Yes
promote
po.
their book. Ayan,
Yes
that's
po.
that's amazing. That's amazing. What you're doing is amazing. Gaano katagal mo na yung ginagawa?
The page started during pandemic, out of
Mm-hmm.
boredom with my friends. So we started created the book, ay
Mm-hmm.
the page to help. Ang unang goal po is kami muna, tulungan namin ang isa't isa na i-promote ang
Mm-hmm.
mga gawa namin. Tapos year 2022, we open our doors to other writers na po.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so far, marami namang lumalapit sa inyo na writers, no,
Yes
to
po,
help them
marami
promote.
naman po. Yes po.
Yes, yes, you're very much needed in this industry dahil
Yes
uh,
po.
very very limited lang yung mga nagpo-promote and yung mga
Mhm,
channels they're
mhm.
also very limited and we need more of that. So
Yes po.
Felicity, let's talk about the right one to love. So have you always written ano ba, a romance stories or have you written other genres before?
Usually si Felicity Blythe po is kilala bilang romance comedy writer or novelist
Mhm.
po. So, nag-start po ako as sa mga romance na may halong comedy. So, yun po yung simula ni Felicity Blythe. But right
Mhm.
now, nag nag-enter na rin po ako, nagbe-venture na rin ako sa ibang mga genre like fantasy. Meron akong mga upcoming sa aking VIP group po.
Mhm. Oh wow, my VIP group. Okay,
Yes po.
so ayan. Can you tell us how did you come about the right one to love? Ipapakita natin yung ano, yung book cover in a bit. Ito
Mhm.
siya. It's so cute.
Yes po. Kuwang-kuha niya.
Ako ang kuha niya. So, ano ba? Sino ba yung mga characters natin dito?
Ah, ang The Right One to Love is based on half of my life as a writer,
Mhm.
and hindi ko na sasabihin yung pangalan ng crush ko kung saan ko siya binase kasi crush, nakikita ko pa rin siya ngayon.
Okay.
Ah,
Buhay pa
ah,
siya. Okay.
buhay pa siya. So, yun. Tapos, parang ano lang, out of the blue, nakaisip ko yung concept, tapos sinulat ko siya until matapos ko po. At
Mhm.
eto na nga po, mapapublish na siya under 8 letters.
Mhm. Oh, okay. So, can you tell us more about yung main character naman, yung babae sa
Ah,
kwento?
si Audrey ay isang writer, hopeless romantic writer. Usually lahat naman po. So, dahil sa kakulangan niya sa experience sa makahanap ng tamang pag-ibig, hindi siya nakakapagsulat ng pure romance. Mostly focus siya sa mga dark sides, mystery,
Mhm.
thrillers, yun po.
Okay.
Then,
Okay.
si Lucho or si Luis Antonio po, isang editor siya na sa tunay na buhay is base sa crush ko, pero hindi editor po yun.
Mm.
Parang iba po yung profession niya. So, si Luis Antonio po is tutulungan si Audrey na makasulat ng isang romance novel sa loob ng 100 days.
Mhm.
Yan po.
Okay. Pwede ba nating i-reveal kung bakit naisip ni Lucho na bakit yun ang maging way to make it up to Audrey?
Kasi all through the years na nag-separate ways sila, parang parang ito na po yung ah, bigay ng tadhana sa kanila na magtagpo ulit. So parang yun na
Mhm.
po yung paraan para magkatagpo sila at ma-patch up po yung mga hindi na sabi noong nakaraan.
Mhm.
Yun po.
Okay. So, masasabi ba natin na nagkaroon sila ng mutual understanding in the past?
Yes, pero may miscommunications, mixed
Mhm.
signals.
Mhm.
Usually ganun po yung mga as experience po sa mga crush, parang mixed signals na
Mm.
ano ba, paano ba, mga ganun po.
Mm. Yeah, the thing about having a crush kasi, minsan hindi naman siya nagtatagal, and crush
Mm.
is kind of like, of course, it's an admiration
Yes po.
na,
Parang opo, parang malabo sa umpisa.
oo,
Oo,
malabo sa
gano'n po.
umpisa, and then, I mean, it can lead to anything else. Pwede naman na walang, hindi mag-lead into something solid. Pwede rin naman,
Mm.
oo. So, ayan. Yeah, so yon ang story ni Audrey and ni Lucho. So,
Yes po.
are you able to read an excerpt para naman
Ah,
pakita natin sa kanila, sa ating mga audience right now, what it's like reading this book? Ayan, habang hinahanap ni Felicity, the book is now available for pre-order for only
yes.
420 pesos on our website, and also soon on our Shopee and Lazada platforms, and also on Amazon as well. So it'll be printed on white paper, and also matte cover. So that's the right one to love. And it will come with bookmarks and postcards as well. If yeah, ayan.
Mm,
And
yes
magiging
po.
available din yan sa Manila International Book Fair. So, ayan, tingnan nyo po. Mapwede po kayo mag-order. Just head to our website. Ayan. All right, Felicity, are you ready?
Yes po. Dito na
Ayan,
lang
there you
po
go.
tayo sa chapter 2 nung book. Nasa
Mm-hmm.
POV siya ni Audrey.
Mm-mm.
Yes po. Ito po. I only have 3 wishes in life. Almost every day that God made. Una, gusto kong makanood ng live concert ng paborito kong banda, ang Westlife. Kaso sold out na yung tickets, kaya babawi na lang siguro ako sa next life. Ayokong bumili sa scalper. Bukod, bukod sa sobrang taas ng presyo, karamihan ay scammers pa. My second wish is to have a boyfriend who will help me in my writing career. Hirap na akong humanap ng inspirasyon para sa mga bago kong sinusulat. Gusto ko ng first-hand experience sa lahat at ayokong masanay na kinikilig sa mga palabas na aking pinanonood. Pero yung hindi na toxic at sex addict. Ayan
Mm-mm.
po.
So, yan yung thoughts ni Audrey.
Yan yung thoughts niya po at kahilingan niya.
Ayan. So, nagkaroon tayo ng a little bit of window doon sa pag-iisip or what's going on into Audrey's mind. Anong sakit ni Lucho, by the way?
Ang hirap niya i-pronounce. Hindi ko rin alam kung bakit ko siya sinulat.
Bakit ito yung napili mong
Bakit
sakit
yun
niya?
yung napili kong sakit niya? It's paano ba to? Glioma. It's a brain
Mm-hmm.
tumor that started in a small membrane sa likod po ng ating utak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Wow.
Parang pag may mga nabubuong pressure, it's na nagbe-build siya ng tumor. Parang ganun po. Base sa
Mm-hmm.
research ko.
Wow. Parang ayoko na ma-pressure. Um, okay. Yeah. So, medyo kasi hectic, no, for the past few days. Since we have this book fairs going on,
Yes
and
po.
then we have the upcoming book fair. So yun, sobrang pressure din at the back end ng
Mm-mm.
publishing house like us. So okay, so that's Audrey and Lucho, but tell us more naman about yung journey mo as a writer, Felicity. We're just going to step back a little bit, and then
Mm-hmm.
how did you come about na parang paano ka nagsimula bilang isang romance writer?
Mm. Ako po ay nagsimula year 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
2010, okay.
2010, parang kabubukas pa lang ata sa isang, hindi pa siya Wattpad eh. Alam ko is 2011 yata is si Wattpad.
Mm-mm.
Parang 2010, isa siyang internet portal po. Doon po ako unang
Mm-mm.
nagsulat ng aking story. At hanggang sa magpahinga muna ako year 2013 para
Mm-hmm.
mag-focus sa trabaho. Then 2019, nung mag-resign ako, then na po ako ulit bumalik sa pagsusulat bilang Iba pa po yung pen name ko noong 2019. It's
Mhm.
Karen Lewis po sa ibang platform. Tapos 2021 na po ipinanganak si Felicity Blythe.
Oh, ayan. Okay. So, nagsimula ka rin sa platforms. Ano
Yes
bang
po, sa platforms.
so far, ano yung mga naging experience mo sa platform? Like, would you say na, like, may mga iba't ibang writers, no? Like, other writers, they won't even start sa platforms because, syempre, minsan traditional yung kanila, ganyan. But
Mm.
then, for your journey, nagsimula ka sa platform, what would you say, nag-iba ba yung ano mo? Iba ba yung iyong experience? Or sa tingin mo, kung papipiliin ka, would you consider other options to start as a
Hmm,
writer?
kung papipiliin po ko, pipiliin ko
Mm.
na mag-start sa ibang options like traditional. Kasi iba pa
Mm.
rin po yung feeling na makita mo sa bookstore yung books mo bukod sa
Mm.
online. Yun po.
Okay,
Kasi
okay.
pero may good side naman yung mga platforms. Parang nakaka-gain ako ng readerships,
Mm,
friends,
mm.
at kung ano-ano pa. Tsaka may mga workshops din na nasasalihan ko online. Yun po.
Mhm. Okay, there. So yun, that's good. That's good to know yung perspective coming from your end. Kasi like maraming writers ngayon nagsisimula sa online platforms like myself. Nagsimula din ako sa platforms, sa mga
Mm.
writing platforms, and um maybe because hindi rin naman ganun ka-open yung other ways of publishing like back in the days,
Yes po.
like, right,
Parang
'di ba?
elusive sila, eh. Parang elusive
Oo.
pa yung publishing traditionally.
Traditionally parang no, we really have to stick with our requirements or yung sa tingin namin na bebenta,
Mm.
etc., etc. Okay, so balik naman tayo. Okay, so that's your journey as a writer. Then now parang tugma doon sa sinabi ko kanina na talk in Davao. So we had this talk in Davao entitled Infinite Inclusive Stories. So,
Mm.
inclusive stories can mean a lot. So, hindi lang porket, bebenta tong story na to, we'll publish that. So, but of course, The Right One to Love, why do you think people should read this book?
Mm.
Mhm.
This book will transform you into a world na parang exclusive sa'yo yung mga nararanasan mo,
Mm.
nararanasan din ng main characters. Yung frustrations, yung saya, at saka yung mga pangarap po. So yun po ang
Mm.
may offer ng The Right One to Love.
Mm.
Hindi
Okay.
lang po siya sa fiction side na happily ever after. May mga
Mm.
pinagdaanan din po silang obstacles bago sila mapunta dun sa fairy tale ending. Ayan po.
Mm. Okay, so magka-guarantee naman tayo na magkakaroon tayo ng happy ever
Happy
after
ending.
dito,
Yes
no?
po.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know. kasi kasi usually pag sinasabing romance story, people would make a mistake na no, papatayin nila yung bida sa bandang huli. I would be like, no, this is not how you write a romance novel. Huwag mo
No,
papatayin yung characters mo.
no, hindi pa po ako umabot sa gano'n.
Hindi pa naman.
Hindi
Okay,
pa
okay.
naman po.
Oo, sobrang drama, no? Parang Romeo and Juliet or
Yeah,
Titanic,
opo,
ganyan.
tama.
No, that's not what we're aiming for here. Okay, so are you planning to write romance novel or do you think you'll stick with romance novels muna sa ngayon?
Sa ngayon po, unti-unti ako nag-experiment into detective, mga FBI
Mm.
team. Yes po, unti-unti po ako nagbe-venture out sa mga gano'ng klase ng novel. So,
Mm-hmm.
sa mga susunod na taon siguro po hindi na po romance writer si Felicity Blythe.
Mm. Ano na siya, mystery writer na siya.
Sa mystery
Ayan.
writer na po siya.
Ayan, ayan. Well, kakaiba rin yung no, nagiging development mo as a writer and
Yes
um,
po.
like sa loob ng 20 minutes, we're able to touch base on that. Ayan. That's good to know.
Yes.
So Felicity, what do you think? How do you see yourself as a writer, like in the future? Like kanina, like you run this coffee heat. Sorry, can you remind me the name again? Coffee
Copy and pen
writers.
writers.
Ayun, coffee
Copy
and
and
pen.
pen
Yes.
writers.
How do you see coffee and pen writers in the future, and also you yourself as an author in the future?
Mm, 5 years from now, nagsis ah,
Interview.
5 years from now, baka nagpipirma ng sarili kong libro sa gitna ng book signing event.
Diyos ko naman,
Yun po,
mangyayari naman yun sa Manila Book Fair.
mangyayari naman po siya.
You don't have to wait for 5 years.
5 years. Yes po. Sa September na pala siya.
Sa September na siya. Ano ba? Hindi, like,
Ah,
what I mean was, sa tingin mo, as a writer yourself, like, how do you think you'll develop? Magde-develop ka pa ba? You think you'll venture out into other genres? Or sa tingin
yes
mo,
po.
oo.
Opo, made-develop pa siya. Yun nga po, nabanggit ko na
Mm-mm.
nagbe-venture out ako sa mga mystery novels.
Mm-mm.
Tapos, nag-aaral na din po ako ng mga historical fiction. So, magte-think outside the box na po si Felicity Blythe. Parang outside her comfort zone na po.
Mm-hmm.
5 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Baka
Right.
makabasa na po kayo sa susunod ng true to life story ko po. Na sinulat ko din. Parang ganun po.
Wow, ayan, may pa-memoir na rin. Ayan, that's good to hear, Felicity, and we're very much happy na, you submitted your manuscript to Eight Letters Bookstore and Publishing. You've given us a chance to showcase and feature the right one to love. Okay, sa mga bagong kakapasok lang ngayon, maraming salamat pala. Ayan, maraming nanonood sa atin ngayon. We have
Yes po,
Lady
ang dami na nila.
Rose. Congratulations po, Ate Felicity. We also have Nicole. Writer Fields. We also have JZ Romeo. Hello, Miss Fel. Good afternoon. And there's
Hi
also
po. Good
Yan
afternoon.
Lim. Good day. And then there's yan si JC ulit. Congratulations. Ayan. And maraming salamat sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayon. Do you think you're able to still read one excerpt na silang dalawa naman ang nasa loob ng excerpt na yun?
Vittena.
Mm-mm.
Wait po. Hanap tayo.
Hanap tayo. Ayan. Habang naghahanap si Felicity, once again, this is your chance to head to our website and order The Right One to Love for 420 pesos. So it's a thick book and printed on white paper, matte cover, and it will also be available on the Manila International Book Fair. There you go. Ayan. So, habang hinahanap ulit ni Felicity yung eksena na yon na she'll read for us. So, this is a romance novel between Lucho and Audrey. And, what would you do na paano kung bumalik yung dati mong crush? Diba? I mean, yung kanina pinag-usapan namin ni Felicity is, yung crush is nawawala. But, like in my case, hindi na bumabalik yung crush ko. Yung crush ko sa isang tao, like, sometimes it fades away, right? Yung mga crush ko ng high school, nagiging mukha na silang pandesal ngayon. So, no, I don't think that'll come back. So, yeah, Felicity, nahanap mo na ba? Kasi kung ano-ano pinagsasabi ko dito.
Hindi pa po. Wait lang po.
Hindi pa rin. Ayan. So, yan. Siguro magtanong naman tayo sa audience natin para naman meron tayong audience interaction. So, how about you guys? Para sa mga single dyan, what if yung crush nyo dati bumalik in the present and they still look admirable and crush nyo pa rin sila? What would you do? Ayan, yan yung challenge question natin. Yeah, feel free to comment para ma-feature natin yung answer nyo dito while we're live. So once again, yung question is, what if bumalik yung dati yung crush? Okay, and let's say you're single right now. what would you do? Would you do something about it? Ipagtatapat nyo ba? Or gaya ba kayo ni Lucho na, you know, uh, he'll contract Audrey to live under one roof and write a romance novel together. Would you do that? I mean, that's quite a move, but very, very challenging. Ayan, sabi ni Josa, wag naman sana. What do you mean, wag naman sana? Ayaw mo siyang bumalik? Yun. Kayo ba? Gagawin niyo ba yun? I mean, that's one thing, one way to para mapalapit kayo sa kanya. Yeah, that's one way to do it. And then there's also Felicity, nakita mo na ba?
Yes po.
Ayan, sige, ikaw na. Okay, game na,
Ayan po.
game. Okay.
This is a part of chapter 3, chapter 6 ng aking book, chapter 5 ng aking book. This is, basta. Sir Lucho, tawag na nagpalingon sa akin. Hey, how's your feeling? Tanong ko agad. Pasensya na kung nadamay ka at hindi ko alam kung bakit. Kailangan ko mag-explain sa kanya. This is why romance isn't for me. Try again. This time, try it with me. Hindi ko alam kung anong pumasok sa isipan ko para sabihin ang bagay na yun kay Audrey. Trabaho lang dapat. Pero tingin ko sa kanya mahanapan ko yung matagal na hinahanap kung saan-saan. You need a hero, a new hero, and I'm willing to be that inspiration you're looking for. Ayan po.
Ayun. Yan, okay. Pangalawang meet cute na ba nila yan? Or chapter 6
Yes
na,
po.
no? Wow,
Chapter 6.
okay. Ayan. Thank you sa pagbabasa ng second excerpt, Felicity. Ayan. There you go. Please get a copy of The Right One to Love for 420 pesos only. Ayan. And it's a romance novel by Felicity Blythe, and she's been in the industry for quite a long time now. And yun, pagbati, congratulations. She'll be at the Manila International Book Fair. Ayan, maraming salamat. Where can we find you, Felicity, for upcoming updates?
You can find me on my Facebook page. It's Felicity Blythe's Novel on Facebook. On Wattpad, it's Felicity_Blythe. On Twitter, it's Blythe Felicity. Yan po. Doon niyo po ako makikita, mostly.
Ayun. Thank you, Felicity. Okay, so just stay tuned, people, because we'll have the next author. We'll just take a break for a minute, and then we'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're back. Okay, so I hope you're still listening, watching right now. We're here for our next book talk. Okay, so the next book, the next novel that will feature is called "Shoot to the Stars" by Vittena Vibal. But before we get her on stage, let me read a little bit of description about that. So, okay, what if you are given a chance to life to relive dreams and hopes with no bounds? And to love with no limits except for time. A diagnosis of an incurable neurodegenerative disorder severed carries time shorter than willed, foreshadowing an early demise. Fate leads her to a serendipitous meeting with Jared, an eccentric Hollywood musician and a spontaneous philosopher who grapples within himself a longing to fill an inner void. Jared carries Carrie under his wings, as she finds her epiphany in a Hollywood musical cult. In a culture deeply entrenched in pop idol reverence, Carrie and Jared embark on restless yet whimsical adventures along the philosophical strings of love, dreams, and fate while navigating the distractive glamour and excess as they edge towards powerful awakenings in search of life's meaning. Ayan. Okay, so without further ado, let's get Vitina. Vitina,
Hi.
ano ba? Hindi ko naman sinasadya, pero parang laging may sakit yung
Ay,
sakit
ano po?
yung yung main character. So yes,
Oh,
yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah, Vitina, can you give us some intro about yourself and how did you become a writer? How did you come about, how did you get to this stage?
yeah, I do write as a hobby since bata pa ako. Pero to
Mm-hmm.
publish a book, I kind of recently lang, like 5 years. But before writing this book, Shoot to the Stars, I have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
manuscripts already written. Kaso lang, hindi pa siya nako-complete. Ganon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, inuna ko na lang to siya, Shoot to the Stars, kasi medyo madali. Madali na mahirap. Parang ganun. Kasi manuscripts that I have written before that is quite tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ayun. So marami
Uh,
kang manuscripts.
yeah, I have a lot of manuscripts. Nakatambak lang siya doon.
Okay,
Tapos, since
nandun.
nakapasok na ako sa 8 letters, probably I will work on them talaga. Like, focus on
Mm-mm.
them. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is your debut novel, and this is your intro to the industry of romance writing and all that. So Shoot to the Stars, let me show the audience what is it about. So this is the cover of Shoot to the Stars by Chris Santos. So
Galing
it's
naman.
ayan, medyo makapal siya. So it's 580 pesos, and I would say it's sulit na sulit siya nung binabasa ko yung novel na to. So can you talk to us about who are these characters? So we have Gary, and then we also have yung can you remind me the love interest?
Yeah,
Si
Jared.
Jared. Yeah,
He's
so
my good
Jared.
person, actually. Hopefully, galing siya. But
Ayan.
anyways, it's kind of boring pag hindi ko yan, no? So, ipagpatuloy, let's see what will happen. You know? So,
Mm-mm.
yeah, the book actually, um, it is romance. Yeah, it is. It will be marketed as romance, but
Mhm.
then I can describe it as more on the allegorical
Mhm.
or philosophical side because mostly of the conversation, yung yung story niya mismo is based on the conversations and the crazy shenanigans this duo did Carrie and Jared. They are they are grounded on philosophy, like the
Mhm.
study of life. How do we view or how do we understand it in ontology, parang ganon.
Mhm.
So ayun. So it starts with Carrie. Uh, she lives a very autopilot kind of life, like an NPC. Her life plans are a bit black and white. Like, kung pagkatapos pumunta ng college, he will take board exams to pass. And then,
Mm-mm.
call this, and then call this, get a good job. Parang ganun ang mga ano. Like,
Mm-mm. The
life is very
usual.
predictable. Yeah, very usual life.
Mm-mm.
Very simple, predictable life. But then the problem is that he cannot do that. She cannot do that all kasi um, during her earlier years, I think 16 or 16 or 17,
Uh-uh. Mm-hmm.
she developed signs and symptoms of Huntington's disease. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is a neurodegenerative disorder. Medyo tong twister yung ano, disorder. It is
Mm-mm.
quite similar to Alzheimer's disease. Alam mo, familiar tayo dyan.
Mm-mm.
And the difference lang is that Alzheimer's, it primarily destroys the memory part. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Huntington's, it affects the person's movement. So it is more on the locomotor side. But then when this both diseases progresses, it's just similar. It's just that kung anong unang anong unang maapektuhan, dun yung nagkakaiba. So,
Mm-mm.
ayun. So, yan yung ano ni Kerry. And also
Mm-mm.
Huntington's afflicts younger ages, juvenile. It attacks juveniles too. That's
Mm-mm.
also what differs from other neurodegenerative disorders.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then there's
yun,
Jared.
yun nga. So si Janet, paano siya napapasok dito? So, yun. Yung best friend ni Carrie, she was given a ticket to a concert dun sa Momo
Mm-hmm.
Arena. And it was a concert for an international band. Ayun. So sa dami ng tao, sa dami ng fans, nagkaroon ng stampede. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
medyo damay-damay, parang domino effect na nangyari doon. So, na ano na, na blackout si Kerry, knockout. And then later on, nagising na lang siya, nasa himpapawid na siya, nakasakit ng
Mm-hmm.
aeroplano. Doon na nag-iba ng kanyang takbo ng buhay niya.
Mm-hmm.
And doon niya nakilala si Jared na he's a kind of very spontaneous, peculiar person.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the character Jared is based on a real person. Hulaan na lang ninyo kung sino. Kasi kilala ninyo.
They'll know
And,
when they read the book.
mm doon. Pati yung band name, pero medyo ginaya ko na lang, pero konti lang. Konting ligas
Uh-uh.
lang, malalaman na. So,
Oo.
ayun. So, yun. Si Jared, isa siyang musician, lead singer siya ng bandang ito. And
Mm-hmm.
then, he is a very peculiar artist. Also, he lives life spontaneously. But then, matalino din siya.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own fair of, what do you call this? Tragedies, life
Mm-hmm.
experiences na medyo masakit din. And, ang ano lang sa kanya, he has everything in the world, but then he has a void to fill pa.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ayun. We have Jared and we have Carrie, and then because of a concert stampede, so Carrie woke up in the middle of a flight. Okay, so parang, okay, bigyan ko na kayo ng like spoiler alert kasi ito naman yung parang turning point doon sa first part of the novel. Spoiler alert, nagising si Carrie, so she got into that private jet, and ang mangyayari ay susundan niya yung the rest of the concert, the world tour na magaganap. Ayan. So the world tour, like, can you guys even imagine? But I don't think she's even a fan of.
no,
She's not even a fan,
he's
right?
not a fan of Jared actually. Parang nadala na lang
Mm-mm.
sa kanyang best friend. Nasama ng best friend, dami din siya. And then, until now, during the plane, I think from Paris going to Greece, I guess, dun sila una nagkausap. Nakita ni Jared na he has something in doing poetry. Actually, the book has
Mm-hmm.
poetry which is can be transmuted to music because yun nga, that is the ano. And then kinakabahan ako.
Ayun, ayun.
Sorry. So, yun. Nakilala niya ito. And then, nakilala niya si Kerry. Nakakilala sila sa isa't isa. They
Mhm,
shared, I think, quotes about Rumi. And
mhm,
then, tapos nagsusulat si Kerry ng isang poem na sa tingin ni Jard is, it can help him with his band in,
mhm,
in developing new songs. And then, yun nga, si Jared is a peculiar kind of person. The way he invited or offered Kara a job is quite peculiar. Doon pa sa Dubai, after skydiving. So,
mhm.
yun. Yung part hindi ko.
So
So,
everything's so out of the blue. Did any of
yeah.
this thing happen to you? Like, where did you even get the inspiration?
Um, uh, actually, I don't have actual inspiration. Parang,
Mm,
siguro, let's say hindi naman talaga maganda yung, let's say, some point in our life, medyo we have this down point, di ba? And then,
mhm,
kapag once you are deep in the abyss,
mhm, mhm.
mentally, the
Yeah.
mind has this power of, parang lungs, parang it tries to breathe talaga.
Mhm,
When everything is black and white, then your mind automatically resuscitates you, and it gives you very colorful ideas, something ganun.
mhm,
Parang your darkness, and then it gives you hope, very colorful hope, and then it comes as a picture, and then I write it down. Ganun siya
mhm,
nag-stem. And it was written for 2 years before it was completed.
mhm,
And for the inspiration, I think, kasi ako, I like experimenting ideas kasi. I like making um, peculiar experiences, pero medyo plausible naman in real life. But when you think
mhm,
of it, it is possible to happen, but in a very extraordinary, exaggerated, or siguro ilagay natin cinematic because sinadya ko talagang gawin in a very big, parang
mhm,
medyo malaki yung kina-cover na, what you call this? Na ano yung book.
mhm, mhm.
Oo. So, yun. Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes. Okay, okay, I get it, Vitina. So, yun. So that's where you get the inspiration. Like, it just suddenly came into you na, okay, this is what's gonna happen sa book. So, I mean, while I was reading the story, sabi ko, wow, this is everyone's dream except
Yeah.
si Carrie is not really a fan of Jared. But, it's every fangirl's dream when it comes to ayun na nga, when it comes to seeing or watching a concert na hindi rin naman niya sinasadya na ma-attendan, right? Because I believe the best friend was also like pushing her. So Vitina, this is an amazing debut novel. Perhaps do you have an excerpt to read?
Um,
Um,
sure.
so
Medyo
that
mahaba pa lang. I actually have the original copy.
oh, sige, ayun, meron na pala eh. May I have a
And then,
look, the original one?
yeah, sure, sure, sure. Medyo marami na kasi nitapat lang. Kasi hindi ko lang paano babasahin ko.
Ayan, that's what it looked like. Wow.
Mm-mm. This is the
Ah.
first. It was designed or, yeah, ginawa ni Teng Diaz sa taga Rizal. Thank you. Nasaan
Mm-mm-mm.
ka ba?
So where was it published before?
I actually self-published ako mismo sa lahat
Mm.
talaga.
Ah,
Yeah, like,
okay.
but it was quite a success. Ang kaso lang naputol yung pag-market. Like, I
Mm.
have almost 200
Mhm.
copies sold. I had
Wow.
readers in Dubai, mostly marami sa dito sa Pilipinas,
Mhm,
Dubai. Hindi ko alam bakit meron sa Japan. Tapos may dalawa or something sa Malaysia.
Oh, so
Ganun.
was it like in a platform or papaano?
Actually, I have sold yung it's not Amazon. I think another platform, I guess. May nag-book. And
Mhm,
then it's
mhm.
mostly paperback na, Japan, Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Nice, nice. Okay. So yeah, that's very interesting. And now you're giving it a fresh look. Sort of like a second edition of Shoot to the Stars. But
Yes.
sige, please read to us so that magkaroon din kami ng idea, no? How is it like? This is where I would use this line na, okay, imagine we're getting into the bookstore, we open the book, and then finally, di ba minsan tayo as readers or buyers of books, we would read the first few pages, or, we would get into a random page. So, that's what we're trying to achieve here sa book talk natin. Ayan. But of course, this time, you'll have the author reading it for you. Okay, so Vitina, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so this is chapter 2, and I can call this a road rage. Ito siya sa mga shenanigans or kalokohan ng ginagawa ng dalawang to. So, ayun. So, let me jump to here. So, yun. Carrie took the black linen from his grasp. She pinched at the corners and let the linen fall and spread to her lap. It was a bandana. What will I do with this? Her throat tightened in an instant as she watched Jared concealing half of his face with the bandana, folded into triangle. What are we up to? What the F are you bringing me into? Jared reached behind his seat and pulled out two baseball bats. Carrie's eyes went wide. She never noticed those things in the car. Strike, Jared uttered under the bandana. Are we going to harm anyone? Asked Carrie. Jared laughed. Of course not. We are not harming any beings, sweetie. She cringed inside. We are helping. Carrie looked at the bandana on her hand, the baseball bats, and Jared's half-concealed face. You still look like Jared. How? I have a bad feeling for this, whatever we're up to, Jared. I'll enlighten you down the street first. Conceal your face. Carrie folded the bandana into a triangle and covered lower half of her face. It was no use covering her face. They still looked recognizable. They exited the car and walked 2 blocks. Carrie looked back to where they just left and watched the car blending in the jet black darkness, well hidden just inches away from the light. Almost gone. This was Jared's number one, the coat. Carrie wondered what number two was for, and wondered too if they were well hidden with only a bandana obscuring their faces. They stopped by a bank, all glass and thick steel frames. Carrie moved her gaze at the blinking red light. A stealthy black round lens shone, scrutinizing them from the dark corner, a security camera. I don't want to end up behind the bars, Carrie said for the fifth time. There was nothing else Carrie has to think about at the moment but to avoid jails. She thought of running away, but it was childish and cowardly to do such a thing. Carrie couldn't leave Jared behind doing the work. Do I look like I can survive half a day in jail? Well, no. We will not, I assure you, Carrie. I don't wish to be put behind bars either, Jared said. And again, Sterling Bank is currently at the brink of bankruptcy. I could help them out with my money, but I thought of you and I want to shell you out from your little cocoon. And for them, they can have insurance for the damage. What if you're wrong and we end up in jail? I assure you, Jared said, I don't want to be behind bars. Jared held Carrie's baseball bat free hand. This is a part of my gift to you, Jared continued. I know you are savage deep down, a little badass in you. Let it out when you have the moment. I never felt this mixed feelings of yes and no, and it surprised me that yes is stronger than no. Okay, sweetie, stop calling me that, Carrie said. Jared motioned his bat to the glass building. Ladies first. Carrie held the stem of the bat with both hands and walked nearer the tinted glass. She took a deep breath and swung the bat. The glass shattered and rained the inside like diamond snow. Alarms blared and destroyed the quiet. Jared smashed the remaining glass with the bat. Run! Jared grabbed her hands and sprinted down the street. The air pushed her hair to her face and it was cold. If she was back in the Philippines, she would be sweating buckets. I can breathe, Carrie said over them. My heart is racing. I can't breathe. Take control of it, cause bad news. We have another one to strike, Jared said. Carrie couldn't believe what she was informed the last minute. Another one? Jared dragged her behind as he jogged a corner. A dress shop. Carla Hansen. But Carrie stooped, hands to knees, gasping for air. Bankruptcy, too? Jared nodded. I'll do it. No. Carrie straightened. I'll do it. I believe you. Jared smiled, widened, and muttered, savage and sexy. Carrie swung the bar once again, and the glass shards showered the mannequins in winter spring outfits. The alarm set in. They ran down the street and making their way back to the Black Aventador when an LAPD cop car revved past them. Do you think they see us? Carrie asked. Jared opened the car door, 50-50. He smiled and stuffed their baseball bats in the car. You're good. How do you feel right now? Liberated and anxious for what will happen next? A police car stopped at them, and three officers scrambled out with guns pointing at them. Stop! Don't move! Hands in the air! They did, and turned to face the police and their guns. You're wrong, Carrie said in regret. Listen, Jared said under the bandana. Low enough for the police not to hear. Jump in the car. What? Carrie blurted under the bandana, bewildered. The cops. F them, jump in the car, or I'll leave your pretty ass here. Carrie looked at him in the corner of her eyes. God, this is already bad and you're making it worse. The police officer approached them. He stopped in his wake, squinted at them, picking out their faces. Hold still. Carrie muttered, oh Lord, under her bandana. Car, now! Jared shouted. They jumped into the car. Jared revved 72 miles per hour. Gunfire rained at them, and the sudden speed burned the tires, leaving skid marks on the road. Carrie, whitewashed and adrenaline fueled, jumped to the front seat, and the car went off before Carrie was able to completely close the car door. They watched the police sirens heading at them on the rearview mirror, multiplying by the second. Carrie pulled down her bandana. Where are we going? Jared, eyes burning on the road. Nowhere. And Carrie gaped, bewildered. Jared amused at her. Slipping from the cops, what else? Jared faced the road ahead, pressed the button, and Carrie's seat lowered. You want to lie down and enjoy the chase. Excuse me? Carrie was flabbergasted. We already have our asses behind bars and you're suggesting I relax and enjoy the show? The best experience in the world is contemplating from how badass you are in the middle of badassery. Jared pressed another button and the top window opened. Chill out. No, I won't, Carrie protested. In a split moment, Jared's eyes were off the road, his blue eyes penetrated her, and almost parapsychological, Carrie's sea of fears dried up. All she could feel was love for this man who carried her out of her safe and secure shell, this man who dragged her to danger, the man who taught her the deadliness of welfare. And the last thought, in that split moment that felt like hours, she was ready to jeopardize her safety and welcome whatever was beyond. This is my gift to you, Jared said. But how could you understand if you don't follow what I ask you to do? So please. Carrie sure didn't understand what Jared's gift was and meant. The only way to receive and decipher it was by lounging in a speeding car while being chased by LAPD cops. Ridiculous racket. Until she lounged the length of her seat, did she understood what it was. She closed her eyes, and somewhere music went on inside the vehicle. Transcendence. She opened her eyes, and the stars and the heavens blasted in her vision, unmoving, unchanging, in this high-speed car chase. In this Lamborghini on a treacherous 300 miles per hour, this flesh and bones may shatter into pieces. We'll die. The silent scream vanished and replaced with hope from the vast purring of a knowing, of God, of the higher self. We are ethereal beings. We don't die. I don't die. We are ethereal beings. As a tapestry of stars mirrored on the car's void black body, as it blazed through the night, she finally understood. Ayun po.
That is an amazing scene. Good
Yeah.
choice, Vitina. That's an amazing scene. If you guys heard that from the very beginning until yung dun sa bandang huli, wow, grabe. And it's an intense scene, and I would say the book is filled with such scenes. Intense talaga. 'Di ba? Ang dami. Like how did you even how did you even manage to write all these, Vitina, and then put them in a book? So that's
I
why it's thick, 'di ba?
I actually siguro
Mm-hmm.
siguro actually ako marami kasing pumapasok sa isip ko and I need to have a notebook by my side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, sinusulat ko lahat para gumana yung ulo ko. So, I think
Mm-hmm.
dahil pa ganun. And ako kasi myself, I'm a very curious person. And
Mm-hmm.
I write what I do not know. Because I love the, I love venturing new ideas.
I mean,
That is,
LAPD, right?
yeah, I like the,
Like,
that's
okay,
coming
so
from Los Angeles.
have you been to these places?
Yeah, I no. Nandito lang ako sa Pilipinas. Pero you know, the power of the internet, like, the
Uh.
Google Maps, the what do you call this, YouTube. You can see the places and oh okay, so the description of the
Mm-mm.
weather and everything. So you can make a world inside your mind. This is how it feels like here in this place. This are the people ganun, ganun. So
Mm-mm.
you are creating you are able to create this kind of scenes by the help of the internet. Yeah.
Mm-mm. And then the thing about it, and what's so amazing about it is you're so sure na, okay, this is what's gonna happen. Because even if a writer would, do her own research, parang nandun pa yung hesitation eh, tama ba 'to? Baka hindi ganito talaga mangyayari, like on the spot, baka may iba silang rules doon or something like that.
There are a lot of hesitations, but I do some
Mm.
research too.
Oo,
So, ganito pa na kanilang laws doon, ganun. Pero yung book na
100%.
I,
Okay.
yeah, and what
Mm.
else? I think I have revised the book for how many times? I guess more than 50 times.
And that's why
It took 2 years. Doon ako
took
na
two
ano na.
years.
So, ayun, doon na nabuo ang story. Ang masasabi ko, fan, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin ako na-content, wanted to add this, wanted to remove that. Pero, wala na, ilabas na, hindi talaga matatapos to.
Oo, hindi ito matatapos hangga't, yeah. Uh, I've seen this process before, and I would say this is usually the best process, like revising it over and over again. Kahit na-publish mo na siya, like the first edition and second edition, even the third edition, you'll still find something na parang hindi ito okay. I would still, you know, I would still change this. And I mean, every story needs to have some sort of an evolution. Para naman um sometimes of course we cannot please everyone, but
Yes.
at least we please ourselves na we feel satisfied, we feel contented in getting this story out there. We feel na this is a much better version of the story. So yun, that's amazing, Vitina, what you're doing. And I would expect and I would assume that the same goes with your other stories, pero sana naman hindi ganun din katagal. 2 years.
Oo, talagang
Oo,
mga
huwag naman masyado matagal.
mm.
Ayun, Vitina. So, what do you think? What would be the next book that you'll be publishing? Do you think that you'll stick with this particular genre? I mean, not particularly romance, because you're saying that it's more philosophical. Kasi in this book, although there's romance involved, there's also something what you call like the exchange of philosophical things, their life beliefs, and so forth. I mean, there are poems na nagkalat sa book na to. There are poems, there are songs,
Mm-mm.
'di ba? That's one thing that one of the reasons why you should also read this book, guys. Marami ditong, wow, this makes sense. While reading like one of the poems or one of the songs. So yon, what would you say you would publish next?
I actually write. I am grounded on culture, what is around me, traditions, what I
Mm-hmm.
see around me as a Filipino here living in the Philippines. Also, a bit
Mm-hmm.
of my experiences when I was young in Saudi. and also based on humanity and also how do you extend creativity. So medyo vast ako. I
Mm-hmm.
do write poems. I have poems written before. Meron pa rin nakasave pa rin sa USB.
Mm-hmm.
And the next book is anthology of 10 stories. Pero
Mm-hmm.
they are all correlated. Ganun. Isang tema lang siya for ano. And then the other one is sci-fi. Yan yung pinaka hindi matapos-tapos. Umabot ng ilang years na, 6 years. Ganun. Kasi mahirap
Wow.
siya. Mahirap
Oo,
siya pero
mahirap ang sci-fi.
pero
But yeah, kaya yan. I mean, you can do your research. Talk to Renato, by the way. Talk to Renato.
oh,
He's our
yeah,
Pinoy sci-fi person. Yes.
kailan ko ng tulong niya. Medyo
Yeah, that's
mahirap
the
kaya tumagal. Hanggang ngayon hindi pa tapos wala pa rin.
well, you managed to finish Shoot to the Star. So I have no doubts, Bettina, that you'll get all these books out in the future. So, Bettina, where else can we find you, like for upcoming updates, about your work, about your whereabouts, and you'll have a book signing as well, no? Sa Manila International Book Fair.
Yeah, I will be holding
Mm-mm.
a book signing during the MIBF event. This coming
Mm-hmm.
September 14 to 17. Oh my God, overwhelming. Kasi last time, kwento ko
Mm-mm.
lang.
Ah, sige,
Yung last
go.
time ko na MIBF, pumunta ako doon with the same book pa rin. Trying to, the style of my marketing is handing out like leaflets of the book.
Mm.
Then now,
Oh.
finally, I was able to get book signing slot during the MIBF event.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nice.
and where can you find me mostly? I'm not into sock med, but I manage my personal account, Vittena and Vibar, and then
Mm-hmm.
my book page, author Vittena Vibar. Ganun. Still working
Uh-uh.
on TikTok on how to and this Instagram. Ganun.
There, yan, Vittena Vibar, ladies and gentlemen. My comment dito si Sir Ron. Thanks for the reading, Vitina. It was so intense. Kaya lang Vitten.
Yun talaga
Tawanan
yung
mo.
tawag sa akin. Nung bata pa, Bitin ang tawag sa akin. Ahas
Ah,
yun. Hindi ako ahas.
Bitin.
Kaya ano
Yes,
ko yan.
Bisaya ka. Pero taga Manila ka ba?
Hindi. Taga Mindanao ako.
Oh, okay.
Saudi pa. Medyo pagan-ganan ko sa Pilipinas. Pero ngayon, I'm here in Manila. Waiting for the
Mm-hmm.
MIDF. Managing,
Yay.
getting ready. Medyo hassle talaga ngayon para sa preparation for MIDF. So,
Okay.
yun.
There. Ayun. Ayun, thank you so much, Bettina. And once again, congratulations to your book, Shoot to the Stars, second edition na. Ayan, and with a cover by Chris Santos. And yeah, make sure to follow Bettina on her page and also get a copy of her book on our website. It's now up for pre-orders. You can actually order the book and then pick it up sa mismong book fair para makatipid din sa delivery fee. Yan. And then you can have Vitina to sign the book for you. Yan. It's only 580 pesos. It's a thick book. Okay, so yeah, make sure to get a copy because yung mga last minute na nag-order dyan, tapos pipick upin sa booth, I'm sorry, we cannot accommodate that anymore. Okay, so there you have it. Miss Vitina Vibar, Shoot to the Stars. Ayan. Thank you, Vitina. We'll just take a couple of minutes break and then we'll be back with another author. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you. we're back. So we're down to our last author for today. So after the two novels that we just discussed earlier, we'll have a poetry collection naman, a second book with 8 letters by Josa Pimentel, and this one's entitled Tula at Iba Pa. So what is this book all about? I'll just read a little bit of the blurb, and then we'll have the author um, up on stage in a bit. So, ito yon. Araw-araw, laging ikaw, ikaw lang sa bawat araw. Panulat ang siyang aking kakampi, tula at iba pa, magiging buhay ng saksi. Alright, so without further ado, let's get Josa. Hello, Josa. How are you? Welcome back.
Hi. Hi po, Ma'am Cindy. Good afternoon. It's good to be back. And then,
It's
of
good to be
course,
back.
bago ang lahat, babatiin ko rin po yung courses ko, si Miss Vittena at saka si Miss Felicity. Congratulations po.
Ayan. Congratulations, Josa, then, for your book, Tula at Iba Pa. So, is this your first poetry collection? Because nakita ko before, di ba, nagsusulat ka, pero mga romance novel naman din.
Yes po, ma'am. Actually, ito po yung pinakauna kong tula na naisulat ko at magiging libro rin. And then, hindi ko po lubos akalain na magiging libro siya. Thanks to Letters po.
Ayun. Maraming salamat din sa pagtitiwala, Josa. And, ayan, eto na nga. So, it's good to know na nagbe-venture out ka rin sa ibang genre. So, this time, it's a poetry collection. Hindi siya ganun kakapal, but it is a worthwhile to read. Pero, anong tungkol saan yung mga tula na nakapaloob dito sa collection na to, Josa? Ayan. Naririnig mo ba kami? Nawawala siguro. Ayan. Hello? Hello, Josa? Can you hear us? Ayan. Parang nagkakaroon tayo ng technical problem from Josa. So, Josa, are you there? Are you still here? Ayan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pasensya po, medyo po mahina yung net kasi po umulan po galing dito. Ayan. So, ang nakapaloob po sa tula pong ito, ma'am, it is a collection of tula tungkol sa mga bagay na hindi natin masabi sa ibang tao. Yun para po bang sa tula ko na lang idinadaan yung mga imbes na isasabi ko sa iba o ibabahagi ko sa iba, kaso walang lakas ng loob, kaya doon ko na lang sa tula ginagawa. Doon ko na lang po isinusulat, doon ko na lang po ibinabahagi. So, ito po tula pong ito ay collection po siya ng mga na-experience ko o nakikita ko sa ibang tao. Kaya, yun, naging po siya. Kaya po siya nabuo because it is a collection po.
Okay, so, ayan. So, base ito sa mga naging inspiration mo sa iba't ibang experience mo, sa mga namimit mo mga tao. Ayan. So, that's good to know. So, bakit mo naman din naisipan na tula is the best way or the best form this time around sa pagsusulat? Kasi nga kanina or before, you've always written some sort of a romance or novel talaga or novela. Bakit tula naman this time?
Napili ko po yung tula this time, ma'am, because noon pa man, noong bago ako sumubok na magsulat ng mga nobela, tula na po talaga yung nakahiligan kong sulatin o isulat. So that's why I came up to what if sa pagkakataong ito, sa tula ko naman idadaan yung mga na-experience ko o nakikita ko sa paligid ko. So kasi po kung tula kasi medyo mailalabas mo naman yung buong emotion mo sa pagsusulat. Pero iba kasi yung sa tula, para bang pag isusulat mo siya, mas marami ring taong makaka-relate. And then, sa tula rin, kahit medyo maikli yung gagawin mo, mararamdaman mo talaga yung emotion. Kaya, naisipan ko na, what if itry ko naman yung nakahiligan ko noon na magsulat ng tula. This time, I want to pursue this one. Kaya, naisipan ko na, isulat talaga, sa tula ko na lang po talaga, ma'am, na isulat po.
Ayun. So yun, yeah. Nakakatuwa din kasi may mga tao na mas nahihirapan sa pagsusulat ng tula at may mga tao din naman na mas nahihirapan sa novel. But I agree with you, Josa, na may mga emotions na maidadaan lang kapag sa tula mo siya isinulat. Ayan. So, mayroon ka bang paboritong tula of all the pieces that you have here?
Sa mga naisulat ko pa, ma'am, meron po akong paboritong,
Mm-mm.
lahat naman nagustuhan ko, pero may isa talaga akong pinaka nagustuhan sa lahat kasi medyo nakakaano din ako sa tulang ito. Ganun.
Nakaka-relate ka. Ayan. Sige, pwede mo bang basahin
Yes.
para sa ating lahat na nakikinig ngayon?
Yes po, ma'am. Okay. So, hinanda ko po
Sige.
talaga. Pinaghandaan. So, ang pamagat po nito ay ang dulo. Yan. Kay sarap sigurong maging bahagi ng iyong storya, hindi lang pansimulang kabanata, kundi hanggang sa wakas na rin sinta. Yung tipong isinali mo na nga ako sa iyong prologo, isinama mo pa akong maging paksain hanggang sa dulo. Yun po. Maikli lang siya.
Wow. Maikli lang siya, pero nakakakilig. Prologo hanggang dulo.
Hanggang
Sana
dulo.
all. Ayan, sana lahat ng writers, no? Or sana lahat ng, okay. Yan, I can
Sinabi
see
sa
why.
prologo.
I can see why that's your favorite, why that's your favorite piece of all the collection. So, sabi mo kanina lahat ng tula na nasama dito is paborito mo. Lahat sila gusto mo. Pero meron ka bang hindi nagustuhan or sa tingin mo, nakulangan ako sa tula na to?
Meron rin po. Kasi
Mm-mm.
gusto ko siyang dagdagan, pero
Oo.
parang kasi lahat naman siguro ng writers nakakaranas nito, pero hindi mo alam kung paano. Kaya naisipan ko na siguro hanggang dito na lang. Pero hanggang ngayon, ma'am, kahit na
Mm-mm.
magiging isang libro na siya, naisipan ko pa rin na mag-isip na kung ano kaya ang
Mm-mm.
idadagdag ko sa tulang ito. Kasi para sa akin, maganda na siya pero may ka pa. Kaya medyo,
Mm-mm.
medyo nakulangan ako pero maganda na naman.
Oo. Okay, babasahin mo ba siya ngayon or mamaya ba yan? Kung nandiyan na siya, pwede mo na rin siyang basahin para naman ituloy-tuloy na natin at hindi maputol ang ating diskusyon. Ayan, Josa.
Ma'am? I'm
Ayan,
sorry po,
yan.
mahina po yung signal.
Ayan, mahina.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan. So, pwede mo bang mabasa? Basahin ang list na paborito mo sa collection na to?
Yes, ma'am, ito po siya. Pinamagatan ko po itong Tago-Taguan. Actually, ito yung huling nagawa ko sa lahat kasi parang siya yung bubuo sa collection ko ito, pero siya yung nahirapan ako. Ang pamagat
Mhm.
niya ay ang Tago-Taguan. Tago-taguan, maliwanag ang buwan. Tago-taguan ang feelings kasi baka masaktan. Ang mahuli ay taya. Hindi, ang mahuli sa huli ay kawawa. Pagbilang ng 10, nakatago na kayo. Hindi pa man nakabilang, tinaguan na ako. Ibalik ako sa nakaraan kung saan ang lahat ay isa pang laro. Ibalik ka man ngayon, wasak pa rin ang napaglaruan mong puso. Ayan po. Yun po yung
Parang
alam kung
na-satisfy
paano ko
naman ako
tapusin.
doon. Na-satisfied naman ako doon. Parang hindi naman siya kulang. I think you did well.
May
You did well, Josa.
Thank you po, ma'am. May pinabasa rin ako niyan. Sabi niya, okay naman. Pero para sa akin, parang baka hindi. Baka may kulang. Ewan ko. Pero may
Mm-mm.
nagsabi rin na kagaya niyo po na, naayos naman siya, na satisfying. Pero para sa akin, ewan ko.
Mm. I think kasama talaga 'yan, no, sa journey as a writer na parang may something pa dito, may kailangan pa akong dagdagan, may kailangan pa akong ayusin, pero sometimes it's good to go na, it's good to go na. Sometimes sabi nga nila, it's better to be done than to be perfect, parang gano'n, na parang
Yes.
ilabas mo na lang kasi maybe they won't even notice it. But then again, sometimes ikaw talaga yung mas nakakapansin doon kaysa
Iba.
sa ibang tao. Yun, tama. So sa tingin mo ba, Josa, between pagsusulat ng romance novels at pagsusulat nitong collection ng mga tula, sa tingin mo, saan ka mas mag-i-stick like in the future?
As for me, ma'am, kung
Mhm.
in the future, parang sa tingin ko, sa dalawa. Kasi
Mm.
kapag medyo nawalan ako ng ideya sa pagsusulat ng nobela, yung tula talaga yung palagi kong tinatakbuhan. Parang siya yung naging kanlungan ko anytime na nawalan ako ng ideya sa pagsusulat ng nobela. Kasi 'pag
Mm.
gano'n, tapos bumabalik ako sa tula, 'pag nakagawa naman ako ng tula, bumabalik naman yung sigla ko sa pagsusulat ng nobela. Kaya para sa akin parang sa dalawa.
Mhm.
And then, ang kaso lang, medyo sa tula, hindi ko pa siya medyo nabibigyan ng time ngayon kasi may tinatapos din akong ibang nobela. Pero sa tingin ko in the future, mag-i-stick ako sa dalawa. Silang dalawa pa rin yung pipiliin ko. Sana all dalawang pipiliin. Sa kanila pa rin ako, tatakbo.
Oo, namamangka ka sa dalawang ilog.
Ilog.
Ayan, saktong-sakto naman ang iyong book cover because etong mga tula ni Josa, dadalhin ka sa iba't ibang alon, ayun nga, sa iba't ibang ilog or kung hindi man ilog sa dagat, bati, so kung saan ka pa pwedeng mamangka. Ayan. So, Josa, sa tingin mo, like, nagkaroon ka ba ng challenges sa pagsusulat ng mga tula dito? O sa tingin mo, it all came naturally to you?
As a writer po, ma'am, habang sinusulat ko po yung tula, of course, hindi
Mm.
talaga natin matatakasan na may mga pagsubok tayong madadaanan habang sinusulat natin ito. Of course, meron din ako,
Mm.
habang nagsusulat ako ng mga tula, meron din na palagi akong nagwo-worry or palagi akong na kaya ko ba 'tong tapusin? Kasi para sa akin parang hindi hindi yata para sa akin yung pagsusulat ng tula o baka ako lang yung nag-iilusyon na magaling ako
Mhm,
dito
mm.
pero parang hindi pala. So, yun yung parang naging sa akin yung challenges habang nagsusulat kasi may mga tula ako na sinusulat na while writing it, na-enjoy ko
Mhm.
pero yung nasa gitna ka na or malapit ka ng matapos, doon na agad, doon ka naman lalapitan ng mga challenges. So, parang mahihirapan ka talaga lalo na sa pag-isip ng mga tamang words o tamang mga
Mhm.
description na ibabahagi mo rito para mas magiging maramdaman ng mga mambabasa yung emosyon, para mas maramdaman nila yung tula mo. Para sa akin, yun talaga yung pinaka-challenging na part kasi
Mm.
hindi ko alam kung baka sa akin maganda na siya pero pagbabasahin sa iba hindi pala. So, parang siya as a writer na kailangan hindi porket um, magkatugma na yung mga meron ng rhyming, maganda na siya. So dapat pag-iisipan ko talaga ng mabuti na bawat letra o bawat words na sinusulat ko ay damang-dama yung emotion. So para sa akin yun yung
Mm.
pinaka-challenge talaga kung anong gagawin ko para habang binabasa nila yung tula ko o habang binabasa ko, ramdam na ramdam pa rin yung emosyon. Parang yun bang hindi sila magsasawa, balik-balikan nila. So yun yung
Mm.
pinaka-challenging kasi mahihirapan ka talaga kung ano yung gagawin mo.
Mm. Oo, totoo 'yan. Lalo na may mga tula akong mga nabasa in the past na, inuulit-ulit ko rin siyang basahin dahil minsan nag-iiba siya ng meaning, and depende sa mga
Yes.
pinagdadaanan mo ngayon. Yung tula na yun parang, may iba yung suntok niya, iba yung punch niya, iba yung dating sa'yo. So, gano'n din, nage-gets ko yung ibig mong sabihin dito sa tula at iba pa. Hindi naman talaga gano'n kadaling magsulat kasi as a writer parang kailangan mo rin isipin na, teka, sinusulat ko lang ba 'to just because or sinusulat ko 'to, kasi hindi naman puwedeng maglabas ka lang otherwise diary mo lang 'yan, 'di ba? Otherwise
Yes.
journal lang 'yan na sinulatan mo. Kailangan iniisip mo rin dito yung, babasahin na paano nila babasahin 'to like as readers themselves, paano kaya ito ang delivery nito smooth ba? Ang delivery nito is may suntok ba 'to o may tama ba 'to sa babasa? So, It just to show na, Josa, you're a professional writer kasi nga you're already thinking about another person's perspective, which is what's important when it comes to writing. So Josa, sa tingin mo, um, yung may mga mabibigay ka ba na tips? Sige, ito muna. Bago ka magsulat ng mga tula, sino ba yung mga naging idolo mo muna sa pagsusulat ng tula?
Okay. Yung mga idolo ko sa pagsusulat ng tula, ma'am, of course, co-writers ko rin, maliban sa mga bayani natin na nagsusulat ng tula,
Oo.
Meron din ako mga co-writers dito sa writing worlds, kagaya nila ni nila ni Ate GZ Romeo, ganon. Yung mga iba kong mga kaibigan na manunulat, nagsusulat rin nila ni sila ni Ate Ziniraya or si Mami Marie Estilo. Sila po yung sila po yung ilan sa mga inspirasyon ko. Marami po sila na naging idolo ko dito sa pagsusulat, na which is sila rin po yung minsan na tatanungan ko kung ano dapat ba yung mga tips sa mga pagsusulat. Sila rin po yung mga nanalapitan ko kung magtatanong ako minsan. And then, because of them, may marami rin akong natutunan. Tsaka, sa na rin po, sa tulong na rin po ng pagbabasa ng mga ilan sa tula, yun po, nakakuha po ako ng lakas na makapagsulat din yun ng akin. So, sila po yung mga naging inspirasyon ko po. Ilan sa mga na-inspirasyon ko po o naging idolo ko po sa pagsusulat ng tula para i-pursue po ito.
Ayun. Oo, kasi mahirap din naman na basta-basta ka lang din nagsusulat. Kailangan din na meron ka rin kinonduct na research, meron ka rin mga nabasa like in the past na ito yung form na gusto kong sundan, ito yung form na dapat kong i-avoid, hindi ko to gagawin, or something like that. So, Josa, last question, meron ka bang maibabahaging tips, no, para sa mga nag-uumpisa pa lang na magsulat ng tula?
Okay po. So, para po sa akin lang, ang maibabahagi ko po sa inyo ay, kung gusto niyo po magsulat ng tula, of course, isipin niyo po ng mabuti kung ang isusulat niyo po ba ay para lang sa sarili mo o para na rin sa ibang tao na makarelate sila sa iyo. Kasi ako, habang sinusulat ko yung tulang ito, ang unang layunin ko po talaga ay hindi lang mailibang ko yung sarili ko sa o makatakas sa reality ng buhay, ay ginawa ko rin ito to inspire other people. Para man lang kung natulungan ako ng tulang isinusulat ko, syempre, layunin ko rin na matulungan yung iba gamit ang mga tulang sinusulat ko. So, yan yung una kong inisip bago magsulat ng tula. And of course, do some research. Hindi naman porket na sinasabi ng iba na magaling ka na, ay magaling ka na po talaga. So, dapat talaga mag-research tayo minsan tungkol sa mga kung ano nga ba ang tamang structures or mga tama nating sundin para makabuo ng isang tula. And of course, magtanong sa mga alam mong makakatulong sa iyo na kagaya mo ring manunulat or ibang tao na mas magaling pa sa'yo o sa tingin mo mas matutulungan kanila kasi minsan wala namang masama sa magtanong, di ba? So kailangan nating magtanong kasi para rin yan sa atin. Wag nating palaging isipin na wala akong pake sa iba, kahit ano yung sabihin nila, basta alam ko yung ginagawa ko. Kasi kahit alam natin yung ginagawa natin, of course sa writing world, kailangan talaga natin yung tulong ng iba kasi hindi naman porket na ganito ikaw yung manunulat, ikaw lagi yung masusunod. Of course, you need to ask, do some research, and of course, ma'am, ang pinakahigit sa lahat ay mag-ask ka rin ng guidance kay Lord. Kasi kahit na sobrang galing mo pa, kung hindi niya bibigyan ng basbas na nagsusulat ka ng tula, wala pa rin yung patutunguhan. So, para sa akin, just follow your heart and then sundin mo kung ano sa tingin mo ang mas makakatulong sa iyo para mailabas yung emotion mo. And then, kung sa tingin mo na ang tulang iyong isusulat ay hindi lang sa iyo makakabuti at makakabuti rin sa iba at matutulungan din sila para ma-inspire din, go for it. So, yun po yung tips ko po, ma'am.
Ayan, maraming salamat, Josa. That's very helpful. And sa tingin ko, sa mga nakikinig sa atin ngayon na gustong magsulat din ng tula, ay yung mga sinabi mo, kailangan mag-research din sila, kailangan magtanong sila sa mga taong nakapag-publish na rin ng mga tula. Sometimes iniisip natin, no, we just market the book to the readers, but it's also good to market yourself as a writer to your fellow writers. Yung pakikipag-network, that's also very important. Ayan, marami tayong natutunan sa last part na yon, Josa. Ayan, so saan ka namin pwedeng i-follow para sa mga upcoming mo na mga libro, mga susunod pang libro?
Yes po, ma'am. So, pwede niyo po akong i-follow sa Wattpad. Nandun po yung mostly mga works ko, Filomena. Then, meron din po akong Facebook page, Maria Filomena. And then, pwede niyo po akong i-follow dito sa personal account ko na naging silent ko na rin sa pagsusulat, Josa Pimentel. And then, of course, meron din po ako sa IG, Josa Writes. Yun po. Doon po ako naglalagay ng mga ibang information ko tungkol sa pagsusulat ko at update po sa mga libro ko po. Doon niyo po ako mahanap.
Maraming salamat, Josa. At congratulations ulit para sa Tula at Iba Pa, at sa poetry collection. It's only 250 pesos, printed on cream paper, and then matte cover. It'll be a nice addition to your poetry collection. It will also be available sa darating na Manila International Book Fair. We will have limited copies. So make sure na pre-orderin nyo po yan dahil bawal na po ngayon ng mga last minute na mag-order and then pipick upin sa mismong booth at hindi na po siya uubra dahil it takes time for us. I think this is also the best way for us to share with you na we are a environmentally friendly company. We don't stock books. We don't print a lot of books. So, based lang ito sa demand. Kapag nag-order ka, saka namin yun ipiprint at saka namin yun ipoproduce. Otherwise, hindi kami mag-aaksaya ng papel. Okay. Ayun. Maraming salamat, Josa. Thank you so much. Ayan. So, once again, see you again sa mga darating natin na Book Talk with Cindy. Ayan. And sa susunod naman ulit, Josa, sa iyong pangatlong libro. Hopefully.
Yeah, thank you.
Ayan.
Hopefully.
Ayan. Otherwise, have a happy weekend. Bye, everyone.
Thank you po, Ma'am Cindy. God bless.